Yeah, I know you were saying earlier, you've been on actually MMA Recap Radio. You were saying, yeah. No, just sidebar. South of Water. Yeah. Now my type of like, yeah. That's right. Fighter hotel. And then we went up to underground underground.
Joined alongside by Bellator featherweight contender Pat Curran. He battles Joe Warren in the main event of Bellator 60 happening this upcoming Friday from the Horseshoe Casino in Hammond, Indiana. Pat, thanks so much for your time coming off of a win over Marlon Sandro via knockout. Tell us your thoughts about your #1 contender fight this upcoming Friday.
He's a tough fighter, huge heart, Olympic level wrestler. He's ready to go 5 rounds, and you can never leave him out of the fight, even though he's coming off of a loss of his last fight. He's still a tough opponent, and he's going to want it just as bad as I do. So.
Now, you have a 3-inch height advantage over Joe. Is the game plan coming in on not giving up too much of it, but is it to kind of keep him at bay and use your height and your reach?
Yeah, definitely. I got, like I said, 3 inches over him, so I want to keep him on the outside, keep him at the end of my punches, and just pick my shots on the outside.
He's a tremendous wrestler. What have you been doing in preparation for the strong wrestling attack of one Joe Warren?
I've been really focused on my wrestling, just getting in the wrestling shape, getting in my clinch shape, and working with a couple wrestlers that came through the gym, Waylon Lowe and David Silva. So I got thrown around a little bit, got into shape, and working some of my clinch.
Let's talk about your ascension here in Bellator. You won the lightweight tournament 2 years ago. Last summer, you won the featherweight tournament, the only guy in Bellator to do both. Talk to us about this meteoric rise inside the Bellator ranks.
Yeah, it happened so quick, and just come up so quickly, and the tournaments are so close together, the fights are so close together that it just goes by really quickly. So just to look back on it, it's a huge accomplishment. It's probably one of the toughest things I had to do in my life to get through both those tournaments, and now I'm here fighting for another world title, and I'm not going to let this pass.
Yeah, this is your second time, as you mentioned, fighting for the world title. What did you learn in the loss to Eddie Alvarez when you fought for the Bellator lightweight championship that you're going to take in to the featherweight championship matchup against Joe Warren?
I've learned a lot, just not to wait, not to be patient, and just to attack and just let everything go. I waited too much with Eddie Alvarez, and I'm not going to make the same mistake this time. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to rely on all my parts of my game, and not just my striking, but just as well as my wrestling and my ground game. So you're going to see the best Pat Curran.
What did you learn about the overall experience, though? I mean, it's one thing to be in the tournament finals, but it's another thing to be fighting for the world title for Bellator.
I've learned a lot going through the tournament. I mean, that was a really hard, 3 fights, just staying healthy, staying in shape with no injuries, and just having the big picture in the long end. So I just wanted to stay healthy and get through the tournament.
The last time you were in Hammond, Indiana, you lost to UFC featherweight Darren Elkins via decision. Tell us about coming back here to Hammond, Indiana, and looking to kind of even up your record in this area at 1-1.
Yeah, I gotta get that loss out of my mind. That was my first pro loss, and that still haunts me today. And there was nothing I could do about it. I just wasn't in shape. I dominated the first round, and the last 2 rounds I couldn't get off my back, and I was stuck. So I made sure I went back to the gym, focused on my conditioning and endurance, and I trained even harder after that. So that won't be an issue this fight.
You're the favorite coming into the fight. Do you like that role of being the favorite, even though that you're the challenger?
Yeah, I'm used to being the underdog, but I got to get used to being the favorite if I'm going to be the champ. So.
Now, Pat, weight-wise, I mean, how are you feeling weight-wise? You obviously look in very good shape, but are you having an easy time making weight? And I know you've been working a lot on your diet and your nutrition.
Yeah, I'm actually a lot closer on weight than I have in my previous fights. I'm only 8 pounds right now, so I'm going to lose half tonight, half tomorrow for weigh-ins, and it should be one of the easier weight cuts for me.
Joe Warren told us, earlier today that, as the fight progresses, he gets stronger and he feels you're going to fade. How do you respond to that?
He's going to have to get past the first couple rounds with me first. I'm just in shape as he is, and I'm not too worried about my conditioning right now.
What is your cousin Jeff? Obviously, Jeff Curran is an influence in your career along with all the guys at Team Curran. What has he been telling you in preparation for your second title endeavor?
Just go out there and have fun. Don't hold back. Just go out there, give it all, and have fun. Just enjoy it.
And fighting, I mean, I know you're not fighting that close to home, but it's only about 2 hours away for the most part in traffic from your home base. You know, what does that mean to you?
It means everything. I got my friends, my family out here. I'm going to have a lot of fans, and I even have my parents coming up from Texas, some friends from Florida flying up. So it's going to be really nice to have the crowd behind me for this fight.
Give us your prediction, Pat.
It's hard to say, you know, but I like to get out of there as soon as possible with a knockout.
So put him to sleep?
Put him to sleep, or submission, put him to sleep. So either one.
Pat, congratulations on everything you've done in your career. Good luck on Friday night. We will see you at the Horseshoe Casino in the main event as you take on Joe Warren for the Bellator Featherweight Championship.
Thanks for having me.